Yeah, I mean, look, I work out every day. I mean, I think physical fitness should be a big part of everybody's life. I think that while I think you can be physically healthy without being mentally healthy, I do not believe you can be mentally healthy without being physically healthy. And so, for me, like I work out almost 7 days a week. I do it with intention. Like obviously you see me doing a lot of shooting matches right now because, well, I mean, that's, what you do is what you become. And so, you can't come out and expect to be good at a job that requires you to be physically fit, that requires you to be, mentally fit, that requires you to be all those things if you're not doing things to cultivate that and to sharpen those skills. So yeah, I mean, I work out all the time. My circle is the same. Like just people always pushing each other to get better.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Got it. And let's see. I'm trying to think of where I want to go from here with this. But let's see. And then you wrote a book, is that right? You wrote a book as well. Did you author a book, or am I just totally making that up?
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, so I've got 3 books out, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote a book, Into the Fire, which was about the story, kind of the narrative of the Medal of Honor, and then I went into wrote a book with Rob O'Neill, who killed Bin Laden. We talked about kind of like a further perspective of back, looking back after getting older, and looking back at like kind of the things that we did and how we look at it now versus then, and then I just put a book out probably a year ago called Why to What.
Okay. All right, cool. And where are all those available at so people can buy them and
Yeah, you
learn
can get them
about
all on Amazon.
them? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's see. Let's see. Do you have any questions for me, the Overwatch Collective, what we do, contracted
Yeah,
therapy,
man. I think
all
it's a badass podcast. I think what y'all are doing is good. I mean, it's definitely needed. We've got to have more resources out there. We've got to be able to compensate for the ones that don't want to go to the VA. One of the biggest things right now is the majority of people that kill themselves or they commit suicide, they never even entered in the VA system, because people out there, I used to talk smack about the VA. I used to talk down terrible about it. Um, but what I'll say is that the VA, what really weighs on me is whenever I paint to other veterans that the VA is so bad that they're willing to kill themselves over going and getting help from the VA. And so I think that we've got to switch that narrative, right? Like, you can go and bitch about the VA or you can go help and help it be better. And so like, I would suggest the latter than the first one.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of those things where people could talk shit about the VA and then that word gets around and then people are like, "Oh, the VA's trash," so then they don't even try to go. But like you said, we have a bunch of people that work for the VA and they are understaffed, but they're definitely busting their asses to be able to take care of our community. So that's where we come in to supplement that. And in addition with so many other amazing nonprofits, that's why we called it like the collective and then Overwatch. Obviously, you're looking out for people where you literally go to the website, you click on whatever state you're in, and then our contracted therapists pop up. And then the goal is to have 3 to 5 contracted therapists every state with a podcast attached to each. So then you can take a day or two and be like, oh, I don't want to work with Greg after listening to his podcast. I want to work with Dakota, for example.
Yeah.
Um, and then we're able to connect them and then fund the therapy and all that. So, yeah, so as of now, we're at $311,000 spent in therapy, and we never thought it would get to this point. So,
Wow.
so super exciting. But so our motto at the Overwatch Collective is "One more is one less." It actually comes from an Army combat vet, 11 Bravo dude, season 1, where he lost more friends to suicide upon return stateside than actually overseas. So that's where it kind of stuck. And he was like, if we can get this podcast or get resources to one more veteran, it may be one less suicide. So it kind of stuck. So it's on our t-shirts, challenge coins, everything, etc. So what we do when we wrap up the episode is we always ask our guests what one more is one less means to them.